on the back of Cowboy Casanova. He gets bucked off 3.26 seconds. That would actually round out your day one and bring you into day two.
Don't miss the Professional Bull Riders 15-15 bucking battle next Sunday at 4, only on CBS.
So it would bring you into day two of your PBR event in Billings. And what an event this was. I mean, if you are a fan of bull riding, this actually was a great event to watch. And it wasn't disappointing. Like I said, a lot of these guys rode the bull. The guys that you would think were should ride, they rode. You know, Chase Outlaw was on the back of Overdraft, 1.90 seconds. He gets hung up on the back of Overdraft. It was kind of a scary moment, but you know something, he kept his cool, and he ended up getting out of it. Another good job with the bullfighters, doing a great job helping Chase Outlaw get out of that. Ryan McConnell, I'm just going to say real quick, Ryan McConnell is one of those guys that are on the bubble about getting losing his spot in the Ford Bill Tough Series because he hasn't been riding. You know, he was underneath the top 25. So Ryan McConnell, right now, he rode his last bull in day 3, but we're going to have to wait and see if Ryan McConnell will still be in the Ford Bill Tough Series. Ben Jones would be on the back of Billy Hill. Like I said, Ben Jones is hanging with the Brazilians. He's traveling with Guilherme Machi, getting advice from these guys. He would ride Billy Hill for a 70 points. Now, he has 65 points already in the bag. He didn't take the re-ride. Billy Hill, he would ride Billy Hill, but there would be no happy dance because Billy Hill would only give him 70 points. So they give him another re-ride option. If the bull is under 80 points, you're usually going to get a re-ride option. He declines the second re-ride option. You put both those rides together, he's got an average now of 135. Keeps them both. Told you. Silvano Alves, one of these guys that doesn't take his re-rides. I actually talk about him on the show about how I don't like the fact that he doesn't take his re-rides. Ty Murray on TV talks about how he doesn't take his re-rides, and he's a bull rider, and he thinks he should be taking his re-rides. I'm not a bull rider. I'm just, you know, one of these guys that are watching it that think, you know something, if you're doing this, if this is your job, then you know something, the re-ride option is there. Maybe you should take it. Well, I'm going to tell you what, Silvano Alves isn't stupid because he's number 2 in the world. So obviously his way of thinking is working. I want to get down to Lachlan Richardson, though. Oh, here we go. Luke Snyder. On the back, he was on the back of JD. Luke Snyder, 13 straight buck-offs. So it was 13 straight buck-offs Luke Snyder has until day 3. I just wanted to point that out. So anyway, like I said, I want to talk about Lachlan Richardson. Lachlan Richardson, the young Australian bull rider, would be on the back of New Face. You're watching the ride right here. The back of New Face would only last 3.67 seconds. His second buck-off for the weekend. This was round 2. His second buck-off. Lachlan Richardson is known what it's like to be a professional bull rider. Austin Meyer will get on the back of Groovy, and you're watching it right here. The back of Groovy. He would ride Groovy for 84 points. So Austin Meyer in day 1 would ride his first bull for 85 and a quarter. He also rode Groovy for an 84 points. He would win. He would get a total score of 169 and a quarter points. The ride right after him is Guilherme Machi on Mr. Nice Guy. Guilherme Machi, your winner with the 90-point ride on Pandemic of the 15-15 bucking battle. He would get on the back of Mr. Nice Guy, he would need 88.5 points to take the lead. Well, he doesn't do it. He ends up getting an 81.5 points. So he would have an average of 162.5. This is, I'm telling you, the end of this was very interesting. It was really good. Then it would bring you to the next section. Marco Oguche would be on the back of Mr. Slim. He would need an 88.5 points to take the lead away from Austin Maya. He doesn't do it. He gets an 87.5 points. He has an average of 168.25 points going into day 3. And Silvano Alves would need an 84.75 points to take the lead on the back of Jawbreaker. He got an 84.75 points on his first bull in the first event. Well, he would get bucked off a Jawbreaker, and he wouldn't do it, 5.39 seconds. So Austin Maya ends up being your top guy coming out of round 2. So here are your round 2 results. Austin Maya on top. Marco Oguche would be second. Aaron Roy would be third. Guilherme Machi. Ben Jones is your number 5 bull rider. With an average of 135, it's good enough to keep him in 5th. Cody Lostro would drop from 1 to 6. Fabiano Vieira, Robson Palermo, Caleb Sanderson, and Billy Robinson all would be tied for 7th. Which now brings you into day 3. Day 3, Championship Sunday. Austin Maya, your leading bull rider going into Championship Sunday. Well, guess what? I'm going to go over it real quick. Austin Maya, Lachlan Richardson once again. Lachlan Richardson would be on the back of Kadahu, H-O-U, Kadahu. He would get bucked off of Kadahu, 7.34 seconds. Another event that happened in day 2 was J.P. Mooney will be on the back of Pretty Boy. J.P. Mooney on the back of Pretty Boy. I totally forgot. J.P. Mooney would be on the back of Pretty Boy. J.P. Mooney would ride his second bull on his offhand on the back of Pretty Boy. He would get an 82.75 points on the back of Pretty Boy. So he rode his second bull and on his offhand. So J.P. Mooney doing very well with his offhand. He covers 2 bulls in Billings this past weekend. He would get bucked off on double clutch, who's bucked off 5 straight, and he would get bucked off in 4.76 seconds. But RMAF Gunpowder and Lead gets a good score. His second bull that he faced in Billings. His third bull he faces in Billings. He ends up riding him, and he ends up getting a score of 82.75 points. Gets bucked off a double clutch. But you know something? Positive comes out of this, because what J.P. Mooney proved to people was you can ride these bulls if you're determined enough and strong enough. And the thing about the last one, Pretty Boy, and you're seeing the ride again here. Look at it. He's holding on to the bull rope. He 6 seconds into the ride, it's gone. He's off. He's out. His hand's out of the rope. You're watching it right here in slow motion. He's holding on to nothing but that tail of the rope. That's a good grip. That's a good grip. You know, he's holding on to that. He gets the other 2 seconds, and he gets the 8-second ride. So, you know something? Congratulations, J.P. Mooney. It's awesome to watch. Congratulations. Austin Maya will get on the back of Unsa Racing Bull in day 3. He would actually ride Unsa Racing Bull. This was a draft day, so they picked these bulls that they wanted to ride. Austin Maya had the first pick of the draft. He picked Unsa Racing Bull on the first pick of the draft. He would ride him for an 80.25 points. So he would actually be in first place coming out of the day. Your round 3 results would be Austin Meyer would win it. Larry Machi would move up to second place. Larry Machi covered his bull, and I'm trying to find it on my day sheet. Larry Machi would be on Nitro Circus, and he would cover him for an 81.75 points. Ben Jones, we had a happy dance in day 3. Ben Jones would cover his third bull, Pimp Daddy, for an 87 points. So that would bring his average up to 222 for the event, which would be good enough for third place. Ben Jones covers. Happy dance. Good to see it. Then you have Robson Palermo. Robson Palermo re-injuring that shoulder would end up 4th. Chase Outlaw, I told you about Chase Outlaw the day prior. He ends up covering his third bull, Cool Hand Luke, for an 86.5 points. We'll give him a 172.25 average. So Chase Outlaw would be 5th. Cody Lostro would tie for 5th. Cody Lostro ended up getting injured on his bull. He would not go into the you're seeing it right here. He's out. He wouldn't go into the championship round. Fabiano Vieira would be next. Savano Alves, Stormy Wing, Billy Robinson, and L.J. Jenkins. L.J. Jenkins doing really well covering his bulls, and he was on the back of Lincoln Electric's Ace in the Hole, and he would score an 85 points, and he would end up actually being the 11th spot, but because Cody Lostro injured himself and he couldn't move on, L.J. Jenkins, being number 11, slipped into that spot, covering 2 bulls.